Hello, this is High Templar. Welcome back to my Total War Mechanics videos. Today we have brand new tests from Three Kingdoms, and this is on the latest patch beta, which was, well, just introduced. Now let's have a look at few replays. So yes, two of the most they kinda work on the same side, kinda. Zhuge or Sleeping Dragon was working for Liu Bei, and Zhu Yu for the Sun family. So here what I'm testing is I have some mounted saber militia against mounted laser militia on the extreme size. Let's have a look on the first few seconds of the engagement. So I'm charging this lancer militia. So I basically charge them. Zhu Yu is not involved at this moment in the fight. They did nothing. They were defenders, they didn't move. And they lost 3 guys on the charge. Now my guys do have 171 charge bonus. So this is significant charge bonus. But they also did lost 3 guys. And this fight is even though those guys were clearly charged. And as the fight progresses, now Zhu Yu got involved. Those guys are running away, 49 versus 47, so my guys, even though they are charging, and now they are chasing after the enemy. So those two groups are now fighting their own fights, except for this one guy. And as you can see, even though this is melee militia, melee cavalry, and those guys are shock cav, their price is almost the same, 600 compared to 600 and 500 compared to 550. This saber militia is losing. Even though they charged, and they charge bonus is significant, and those guys didn't charge, and they are supposed to be all about charge bonus, they are still losing that fight. And here the fight, even though I charged this guy as well, he was standing. This is very even. Like super even. So being charged at this fight do not seem to mean a lot, especially on this extreme sizes. See? And here Sable militia, although they charged twice and the enemy was running away, they managed to lose that fight.
Us.
Yes, and now now I'm going to be charged, and so basically they lost. But Zhu Liang will not lose that many guys in a charge, as you will see. Something different will kill him. Yes, running away. So morale. This is very interesting, by the way. So let's have an opposite tests on medium size unit. Now that is very small medium, by the way. If I can say so. Right. So now I'm charging. Now this is Lancer Militia against mounted sabers. Those guys are the attackers now, so they actually charged against my Lancet Sabers, but they did what the Total War units did in the Warhammer as well. They tried to dodge it. But as you can see, not that many losses on the charge itself. Before my general guys join in. Saber Militia, even though there is Macha also fighting here, is losing slightly, but you know, they are losing. So again, quite prolonged combat as you can see, but not as long as before, obviously, smaller unit sizes. And Shock Cavalry was very effective against the other Cav. So let's go back here to again my guys charging against those guys, but this time much weaker generals because Ma Chao was just skewering that results. Zuliang doesn't even join into the fight. And I'm messing up this because I charged them from the side and they are breaking already because they are attacked from the side.
The enemy unit flees! What cowards!
Yeah, attacking the flank, only 3. Mostly the damage sustained. So these are not much of debuffs for the morale, but still, those guys won, fair and square. Still very effective, and still not that much time has actually... Sorry, that's all not what I wanted to do. Actually, that is what I wanted to do. Let's load the next replay. Let's try... So... I mean, there is 2 units here. But the thing is, they are not attacking together. Even if they did attack together, there are too many ranks to do it properly. But as you can see, these are not like super great. These are Quank Marauders. You can get them with Mateng from the start. And Peasant Riders was reduced to half already. Ma Chao joining, but those guys they already broken because of the charge. From the back, I mean another charge. So, should they be attacked from 2 sides? Rank Marauders will probably do much worse, but they should still win. And my guy, this time fight between generals, seemed that charging was actually giving better results but this is a shock cav general basically. So there is a difference, but still, it's a very prolonged combat between those 2. There is no really point in showing you the rest of this battle, but yeah, that was super ineffective charge of those peasant riders. cheapest shock up in the game, 400 by the way. Would not recommend them. Usually I would, but that's not a unit you should use. It's really ineffective. Now let's test something, you know, which is also... This is not a starting unit. They're actually pretty good. Medium halberd infantry. They are heavy hitters. And this is Jade Dragons. They are very tanky. That charge basically broke this landscape in seconds. So Jade Dragons seem to be actually pulling their weight in this fight. I would love to do tests with actually another person, because AI cannot charge. They didn't manage to do proper charging in Warhammer, and it seems that it's still true in Three Kingdoms.
The enemy warriors are running. Ah!
The last true chargers were in Attila, I am afraid. So, and the last test. So what those tests are actually showing us? They are showing us that the shock cav, it's showing us that you can actually win a cav fight very quickly with the shock cav, breaking the enemy, which was absolutely impossible with infantry. And I will also show you the melee and the Jade Dragons versus your standard Saber Militia. Now mind you, Queen Riders cost 1000 and Jade Dragons 1200, so Jade Dragons are better, I mean, supposed to be. And they will be fighting against infantry. This is strategies, so they won't butt in a lot. So what you are seeing here is Jade Dragons and here is Quang Riders. Now Quang Riders, interestingly, has a higher charge bonus than the Jade Dragons, which is interesting in itself. But what you can see, what is very interesting is that there is actually heavy losses in the Saber Militia here, and not that heavy here. So the melee cav, or supposedly melee cav, Quang Riders, absolutely devastated that units in seconds. Whereas Jade Dragons, you've seen they already fight Saber Militia, and they are already running away. Those guys, even though their flank is exposed, are holding. So, yeah. Losing currently seems to be important, but they have my general on the flank, they don't seem to care. He would have to be closer. Attacking the flank is also a small bonus. Not that great. And the ultimate shock cavalry Jade Dragons charge into Saber Militia, and Saber Militia is standing. Yes, they are not feeling very well, but they are still standing, even though they have attacked in the rear, which happened by mistake actually. if they wouldn't be attacked in the rear, they would have much more morale. Now they have. See? General died, still holding against the Jade Dragons. So it is interesting that this test actually showed some very interesting things. Firstly is that Shock Cav is far superior than the Melee Cav in a fight, and it doesn't really matter if the fight is prolonged. Charging doesn't matter that much actually. If you charge the enemy that wasn't prepared for it, didn't change that much on extreme sizes at least. So, but yeah, those guys would be winning against Cavalry, against Melee Cavalry, and on the other hand, Melee Cavalry was absolutely devastating the foot troops, whereas Shock Cav wasn't. So that is actually very different from what I expected. I expected Shock Cav to behave similarly to what they behave in Rome or Attila or Warhammer. It seems that this game is much more about rock, paper, scissors. Or in this case, we have a Wuxing. So there is 5 colors representing different units, and each one is beating the other. So that's 5 elements of the Chinese mythology Wuxing. But like fire beats wood and stuff like that. But that doesn't really matter because, I mean, it does matter because you need to be aware of what's happening here. You need to be aware of the fact that your guys will not kill the enemy as fast in Three Kingdoms at all, but the morale will be what will win you the fight. The enemy will run away, even the best units would be running away and attacking from the flank, attacking from the rear. Although it's not giving you like a super huge boon, it will give you some. And because the fights are much longer, especially for extreme, multiple chargers in the back might be the way to do it. So having a cavalry at the end of the battle might be very important if you're playing multiplayer, or actually any battle really. So yeah, that's it. This is all for testing. I would love to test it better if I had a person that I would be able to test it against, because here the generals were getting into the fights and it wasn't perfect. But if someone would volunteer, I am willing to do tests with him. It would be much more, well, they would be much better implemented, let's just say. So yeah, this is it. Thank you for watching. Hope you like it. See you later. Bye.